Oh, Ford vs Ferrari took the top spot at the box office this weekend.
Matt Perrin shares his thoughts on the film in your Monday Movie Musings.
Welcome to another Monday. Movies at the box office this weekend were all over the spectrum. Of the three new releases, one hit expectations, one underperformed, and one blew the expectations out of the water. Charlie's Angels was unable to deliver, which in my opinion is fine. We need to stop remaking movies so close together. I was completely set on seeing The Good Liar, which came in 7th, but met expectations. That is until my friend Greg, who also does reviews, saw Ford vs Ferrari and raved about it. That combined with its first place finish was enough to convince me this was a must-see. So did it deliver? Here's my take on Ford vs Ferrari. Our true story begins in the 1960s. Henry Ford II is upset with slumping car sales. Upcoming Ford marketer Lee Iacocca has the idea that Ford has to build race cars and tries to partner with Ferrari. When Enzo Ferrari refuses and mocks Mr. Ford, Ford decides that no matter the cost, they will build a car to beat Ferrari at Le Mans. They go to sports car designer Carroll Shelby, portrayed by Matt Damon. He was the last person to beat Ferrari at the 24-hour race, but had to retire from driving because of his heart. Shelby enlists the help of his mechanic and driver friend Ken Miles, portrayed by Christian Bale. Miles doesn't think it's possible, but after seeing a prototype for the Ford GT40, he gets to work. Despite being friends, Shelby and Miles' relationship is a little shaky, but it doesn't compare to the lack of trust Ford has in the pair and the wrenches that the executives keep throwing in their plans. With plenty of hard work and a handful of failures, though, the pair build a car that is lighter and faster than anything Ferrari has ever produced, and after forcefully getting the approval of Ford, they set off for the marathon of a car race in France. As the movie progresses, we see exactly what a 24-hour race entails. These cars were being pushed to their absolute limit, and many of them didn't survive the grueling conditions. We see the bitter feud between Enzo Ferrari and Henry Ford coming to a head as each of their teams do whatever is necessary for the win. We as the audience are enthralled to the exciting and shocking conclusion, even if we could care less about cars or car racing. So, what to say about this one? As I alluded to a second ago, I'm not a big car racing fan. I've never watched a NASCAR race or any other form of car racing aside from what popped up in the first few Fast and the Furious movies. That being said, this movie is great, and it's not just one aspect of it, it's the whole package. The cast is amazing. Matt Damon and Christian Bale shine with not a weak supporting performance from anyone in the cast. There are shots in this movie that are breathtaking, but are done so subtly that you don't even realize it until after it's passed. Every emotion gets checked off the list. Half the time you're cracking up, then you're choked up, and everything in between. This is a true story, and it sticks pretty close to the actual events, and I'm actually glad that I didn't know how this turned out, because it's definitely not the ending you see coming. I recommend that if you don't know how this plays out, don't research it. Let the movie surprise you. It's definitely emotionally impactful. Despite the title, regardless of the racing footage, this film is about friendship much more than car racing, and on that level, it will be enjoyable to anyone who watches it. So in case you couldn't tell, I'm a fan of the movie and wouldn't be surprised to see some award nods coming its way. Plus, I just thought it was funny that on the way to the theater yesterday, a Ferrari blew past me on 26. Some things you just can't make up. This has been your Monday Movie Music. Back to you guys.
Coming up, Matt is back with the weather. That's right, he's got that last look at the forecast.
ABC Columbia's News at Noon continues in just a few moments.